The Milwaukee Brewers master plan has been revealed ahead of Game 5, do or die of the NLDS against the Chicago Cubs. We're going to be breaking down the quotes from Pat Murphy, as well as what the reported plan is on the pitching side of this game here in this video, with a few surprise names still being mentioned. We're going to be breaking this down and going over the roster, what we know as of this point right now, as well as more updates to come here. Before we do jump into this video, though, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you one favor, and that's if you haven't already, be sure to hit the sub button, join me here on the channel. We notice that just over 70% of you guys watching right now have not done so already, and we're getting daily Brewers content here, regardless of if we move on tonight. So you won't want to miss it. We have a lot of stuff coming through the offseason and the rest of the postseason here. But let's get straight into it. And I will say right now, this is going to be a temporary setup, back to the regular one tomorrow for this video, whatever direction we may have here today. No post-game tonight, so stick around for that video tomorrow as well. But let's jump straight into it. And at this point of recording right now, we have limited information, but enough to be able to break down what this Brewers plan is going to be. And jumping into our first bit, Todd Rosiak here put this out from Pat Murphy. This came out yesterday evening. So Pat Murphy says there will not be an announcement on a pitching plan for NLDS Game 5 until, at this point, today. Now it is, it's 1 o'clock. We still haven't gotten this update just yet, but there is one name that sticks out a lot more than the others, and that is Jacob Misiorowski. He does fit into the equation. That's what Pat Murphy did confirm. So we're getting an idea now that this may once again be an opener. This may once again be a game where we see Jacob Misiorowski go 3 innings. We may see another name in Abner Uribe open up this game as we thought Game 4 would have gone. There are a lot of options that we currently are standing on right now, and with no announcement as of just yet, and this video is going to be, as the point of this video, there is no update, but check the comments repeatedly here on this. Any update that we will get, I'll put it in a comment, pin it, and kind of add the more information as it comes out to this video, since I can't continue to add it into the video, but we do know more information on the pitching side of things as well. This is from an MLB.com article. I believe this is from Adam McCalvey. Correct me if I am wrong, but you see the most likely to be used pitchers here. Aaron Ashby, his last appearance was in Game 4, 32 pitches, 3 appearances. Jared Koenig, 3 appearances. Nick Mears, 3 appearances. Trev McGill, 2. Now, this is where things are a little bit more interesting, because we have to assume that all hands will be on deck for this Milwaukee Brewers game. It's do or die. You can't afford to really save anybody, knowing that you might not get to your next game. So you have to assume that everybody will be here, everybody will be ready to go. So you have these 4, and you also go into these pitchers here. Jacob Misiorowski, 1 appearance this series. Chad Patrick, 3. Freddy Peralta, 2. You have to assume he will be in the bullpen, and we do have some more information regarding that. Even after a very tough start in Game 4, Quinn Priester, also an option in this bullpen, and Abner Uribe, once again, will be an option here. And we know there's a lot of opportunities coming out of this bullpen, whether or not we do see an actual starter, whether or not we see an opener. You have to assume there are a few other names here. Jose Quintana, perhaps, could be an option or could be in the rhythm to at least make an appearance in this game. But you're seeing all the starters that we really have ran through this postseason in the bullpen here. And with no information as of right now, and with, Misiorowski being one on 5 multiple game rest, I should say, with 1 appearance, he's ready to go. We may see him, and I feel like we absolutely will see him for multiple innings, but continuing through this, possible bullpen. I don't want to say anything just yet because we actually have no idea, but we know there are going to be a lot of different changes here in this game, and we may see something that the Rays did a couple years ago where you start with your closer and then go through, whether that be Trevor McGill closing the game, whether that be Abner Uribe closing the game, and one of them may start. I think there's so many possibilities, and right now, I want to know what you guys think here in the comments below, because we still have 5-6 hours till game time at the time of recording this video. We're going to get the updates, and like I said, check the comments down below if you're watching this closer to game time. I'll have the updates here in the comments below as they come out as a pinned comment, and I'll keep on adding to that pinned comment every update we do get. But this is going to be, as I mentioned, a do or die game. So you have to assume everybody will be on deck, and you're going to have your high leverage guys probably early in the game, and you want someone here in this game that can shut out the first inning. We saw that's been the issue for this Brewers team the last 2 games. They haven't been able to get into the game early, continue to go, get the first run, and go from there. Now, Wrigley is a tough place to play. No doubt. And we do have a quote from Ryan Braun actually coming out about how this next game will impact, especially at American Family Field. But they want to get hot early. That also means the pitching and the hitting. A team that's been very good hitting all season, who have not had a successful last few games for this team. So let me know what you think about that pitching. But as I said, kind of going into this as well, we know what the plan is going to be for the Cubs. Drew Pomeranz is going to be the opener for the Cubs tonight. He's retired 22 straight batters going back to the regular season. We saw him already in this series. So having a lefty starting once again causes a few questions to be asked. And whether that be we're going back to the lineup we saw in game 1 and 2 with Chourio leading off, whether that be someone else, somewhere else that the Brewers are feeling more comfortable with. But if you're having a lefty on the mound, even though this is going to be a game where you're probably going to see everybody on this roster in this game at some point, or within reason, of course. You're not going to see Jackson Chourio be taken out of this game for a pinch hitter, just because of the matchup or whatnot. He will be at the plate regardless of what happens. But this team is going to have a lot of moving parts here from this bullpen. We know the Cubs have rested a few players in that bullpen, and you have to assume they're going to be ready to go. So having this come out and seeing where all the things are leading towards, it's going to be interesting to see if we do have some sort of lineup similar to the one we had in game 1, which, of course, Chourio came out, and then, or game 2, excuse me. Isaac Collins, Brandon Lockridge, they came in after Chourio, but, you go down the list. Everybody you expect to be in was in. Everybody was hitting. So I wonder if we do see this. I wonder if we see something along the lines of this. We're going to have some sort of remnants from game 1 and 2. That is what I can at least confirm from, just a fan standpoint at this time. But as I mentioned, going into this game, I want to know what you guys think about this lineup. But Ryan Braun has spoken out about all of this, and he says, I can tell you for a fact, fans make a difference. They have a huge impact in games like this. This guy, Lance Allen, just got, from CBS, of course, just got off the phone with Ryan Braun, who said home field advantage is real. And he knows that. He knows it more than anybody else. And this is something that going into tonight, we're going to need you to be loud. If you're at this stadium tonight, be loud. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to go nuts because this is do or die. Like I mentioned, these are two very good teams. Give the Cubs credit where credit is due. They're a very good team, and we know that they're not going to go down easy. The Brewers will not go down easy, and whichever way we do end up going here, what a series it's been. This is the epitome of baseball, and we just need the Brewers to go on and go and face the Dodgers, but that's going to be a big question going ahead. We do have a few more updates here before we do finish the video off. This is what we have. Will Peralta be available to pitch off a day's rest? That was the question. He did in last year's wildcard series against the Mets, after all, working a scoreless 8th inning of Game 3, throwing 68 pitches in 4 innings of Game 1 2 days earlier. Notably, he had a little hip thing in Game 4, according to Pat Murphy, but Freddy Peralta said this, let's see how we feel, you never know. So he's on that same boat as Pat Murphy by not revealing anything. He wants to make sure that you're coming into this game not knowing what the Brewers' plan is, and like I said, I think we're going to be waiting a long time until we actually do see any sort of definite plan. We know what the plan is going to be, but something on paper, we won't know for quite some time. So it's a matter of time, ladies and gentlemen, until we get all of this to come out. And Pat Murphy wants to give us the most information he can, obviously. We know that he's a very good guy at mind games here against opponents, and he did come out and say this. So this is really the big plan that we have, at least right now, what we know. What any sort of idea we have, this is it. I think he'll most likely pitch Abner Uribe, Jared Koenig, Trevor McGill, Aaron Ashby, Chad Patrick, Miz, those guys are going to probably pitch. We don't have a starter in place, so you've got to put your best guys out there. The guys you think you can, a lot of those guys are rookies. A lot of those guys are not very experienced, but that's how we've won games and come together. So Pat Murphy's relying on the boys. He's trusting them. As he mentioned, a lot of these guys are rookies, and that comes with a lot of pressure, but that's the way this team has been built. That's what this team is built on. We know that. We've seen it here throughout these games, so it's a matter of time now until we see it get rolling. And going into this one, there's a lot of nerves. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we have a lot of stuff coming throughout this game, throughout the day here, with more information coming out with one final game of the NLDS. It is now time to move on to the NLCS after tonight's game, so let's get these boys rolling here in this game. And we need to go. We need to go and get this one early. We need to start early and continue off like we did in Game 1 and 2. And we're only a few hours away from game time. So let's get rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Get hyped. Get ready because we have a lot of stuff coming. Like I said, videos are going to be out daily regardless of the result. No video tonight. A video tomorrow back in the regular setup. And we're going to be back to see what is next in store for the Milwaukee Brewers. So let's go, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I got here on this one. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the sub button if you want to get all of your Brewers news right here on the channel. I'll be posting daily videos regardless of what happens, but let's go. That's all I got. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, Brewers, and I'll see you tomorrow.